5 steps of self-publishing the book. Okay. I've published a nice amount of books now, so some better than others, but I will say this. There's no greater joy than taking what's inside of you and creating something that's tangible outside. To take your thoughts, ideas, things that you wrote down on scrap paper and everywhere else, and you compiled this product, this masterpiece called your book, and it's tangible and it's in your hands. I will say that's a powerful thing. You know, it sounds crazy, but more valuable to me than sales of the book is the fact that I took something from my mind and I brought it into this earth, and it's something that's tangible and I can see and touch. That's awesome. That is just completely awesome to me. So when a lot of people talk to me about they want to write a book, I don't want to write a book, Jenks want to write a book, how to write a book, how to write a book, want to write a book. And it's like they're ready to go to the editor and the sales, and it's like, did you write the book, dude? So the first thing, write the book. Focus on writing the book. It does not have to be in a certain sequential order. Don't think I got to start with chapter 1. I got to start with the intro, and I got to work through all the different sections and everything else, and I get to the end and the conclusion, and then the author bite. No. You write at whatever order your gift works. Your gift is your gift. So you write in whatever order. If you're writing a story and it starts in the middle, write the middle. If it starts at the end and you're going to move forward, do so. If it starts at the beginning, it does not matter in what order you write the book. You have to write it according to your gift. Think about this. Get it all out of you. I also tell people, don't erase what you wrote. Some of the information, you say, no, that's not good, I'm going to take that out. No, leave that. You can always take it out and put it in another book or something else, but leave it there for right now. When you go through the reviewing process, you can take it out and decide what to do with it. But don't get so focused on, I'm going to take this out, I'm going to take this out. No, keep it in. But the key is write the book. Write the book. Don't worry about editing until you write the book. You got to get through the first phase. Once you write the book, you find an editor. Editors are all over the place. You can pay anywhere from $100 to an editor to $500 to $1,000, depending on how deep of editing you want. But you definitely want someone else to review your work besides you. They're going to see things about the work that you don't. So if you know anybody that's published a book, or you, there are different places online that people are actually editing books. Like I said, if you know someone who does editing books, there are different ways to find editors. So find someone to edit your book. You don't have to pay a lot for it. So you figure out what your budget is. I'll be honest, I did my first book for about $300, but find an editor. The other thing is, when they edit your book and you're reviewing it, understand that you are the creator of this book. So they may say, change this, change this, change this, change this. You are the creator of that book. You decide what to keep, what stays, and what comes out of the book. So if a line says, that ain't my choice in life, and your editor comes back and says, that is not my choice in life. If you meant to say ain't in that section of your book, you keep it as ain't, because that's what you meant to say. You are the creator of this book. Now, I will tell you, one of the hardest things for me was getting through the editing process when I first started publishing, because you have this baby called your book and somebody says it's ugly. That's pretty much the way I felt. But no, they're trying to tell you how to improve on it, how to make it better. So take in all the comments that comes with editing, but understand you can choose what to keep, accept, or what to reject. Next, creating the cover. The cover is something you can create, or you can go online. I used Amazon has a program that they use for creating a book. You can put books online. And I think it is Kindle Direct Publishing. I do believe that that's what it is. So if you go on Amazon, Google it, try to find out. And the thing is, you go up there and you can actually create your cover on that site. And what the site allows you to do is upload the internals of your book and then create the cover on the site. Or you can create your own cover and upload it, whichever way it works. The thing about it is, like I said, the cover is they have a tool where you can actually design your cover on the site, so it makes it a lot easier if you don't want to pay somebody to create a cover. Or if you're the creative person, I would tell you, use all your gifts, because this is your book. You know, if you have the ability to create a book, create the cover, design it. Otherwise, if you're not the most creative person, drawing is not my thing. I'll go ahead and be honest, that's not my thing. So you can actually go up there and help and create the book on the site and then upload the internals. And then printing. So the Kindle Direct thing I was speaking of, you can upload the cover or create the cover there, and then you upload the internals, and they actually print out the book. So yes, I did say they print out the book. So they package all your stuff together, and they can send you a copy of it so you can review it. And that will be your first published book. Your first published book. And once you accept all the changes, let me back up. When you get your draft copy, look at it, see what changes you want to make. Maybe when you were writing, this wasn't right or that wasn't right, make the changes there. Maybe something on the cover wasn't right. You can make that change, upload it again, print it out, get another preview. Preview is good, we're good to go. And then go ahead and send it live. When you send it live, it's actually on sale on Amazon. So that at that point, you're open, you're published, you're selling books. It's done. It's not as hard as a lot of people say it is, but it's really not. Like I mentioned about the sales. So Amazon is going to sell the book. I'm not going to get to the percentages of what they're going to take, but they're going to take a nice percent. The thing is, in this book industry, is when you are selling a book in a bookstore or Amazon, anything else, they're going to take around about 40% off. It is what it is. This is the world of publishing. But the other side of that, to offset that and make more money, you can print, but get books printed. Of course, when you get printed books for yourself, it's very reduced price. So, if you're looking at a $10 book, if you're selling it for 10, you might be getting the book for $3. If you print the book and get it yourself, you probably pay $3. So that's $7 profit. Anyway, so what I was gonna say is when you get copies of your own book, you can sell them yourself. That's how you make more profit. Create events, speak at every event that someone will allow you to speak at. Like I said, create your own events, do author events, showcases, workshops, whatever. And that's an opportunity to get your book out, to get sales out. And you'll get more of the profit because you only paid, $3 on the book. You're selling it for $10 or $12 or whatever. So you're making a nice size profit on the book. Otherwise, when it sells online, you're not making as much profit. But the online does give you notoriety, does put you out there so they can be seen and people can find you. And if they can find you, they'll create opportunities for you to speak and do other events, which means you can then do those events, take your books, make more profit on the books. But anyway, that's an opportunity to venture into the sales. So those are my 5 steps of self-publishing: write the book, editing, create a cover, printing, and then sales. And if you're first starting, just focus on writing the book for now. Have fun in that process. And you got a great future ahead of you. That's all I can say. If this is your dream, this is your passion, something you want to try, go for it. You don't want to come to the end of your life wondering, I wish I would have. What could I have done different? What I wish I would have approached? Not even the end of your life, but something traumatic happens. You don't want to wait till something traumatic happens to reflect on what you could have done in life. Take advantage of today. Make it count. If you want to write a book, I would tell you, open up Microsoft Word and just start typing some stuff. Like I said, it doesn't have to be beginning. Start wherever you want to start. Start in the middle or whatever, but get the thought out and let it go. Let it go. If it's poetry, I first started publishing books that had a lot of poetry in it. Take the poetry you have and put them in Microsoft Word, or if there's already in Word, copy them into one file. Put them all in one file and you'll start building and creating your book from there. I tell a lot of people, when you're writing a book, a lot of the book is already written. It's either in notes, scraps of paper, pieces, little pieces of paper in notebooks or in tweets, in emails, on Facebook, and you have all this information all over the place. All you have to do is take it and combine it and create this book. If it's a story, I'm sure, just sit down and let it come on out. But if it's different things you're trying to cover, especially poetry, you got a poet writes everywhere. They write on receipts, they write quotes, and everywhere. If they can get their hands on a sheet of paper, they're gonna write on it. It could be on anything. So if you gather all those pieces of paper, all those emails and all those tweets and everything else and put it together, your book might be 80 to 90% complete. It might be a matter of putting it all together, compiling it, and putting it out there. So those are my 5 steps. So I will end by saying this. You have an opportunity to do great things in your life. Take advantage of those opportunities you have, because there's no telling what your future holds, but you got to be willing to take the chance, take the risk, and go out there. Be weird. Be weird. When you go after your goals and dreams and other people see it, they'll have the courage to go after theirs. Be weird. When you start going in this weird movement, they'll probably start on their weird movement. And that'll create such a wonderful place where we all can bring our unique gifts and talents together and create, just a better world, better opportunities for everything. And don't worry about, and I'll say this, and I'm gonna close out. Don't worry about being the smartest person or the wisest person that knows the most, because they are the people that usually achieve a lot. Sometimes the smartest person doesn't have the courage to try. You don't have to be the smartest. You just have to have the courage to try, to release yourself to that opportunity and see what it's like. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about being the smartest. And plus, it's not so much about being the smartest, but what can you add? You may say there are a lot of books about relationships. Yeah, there are a lot of books about relationships. But what can you add? Maybe you can say the same thing differently that approach another person or accept another person. Anything. The interesting thing about being a reader and an author, as a reader, and you know this, have you ever picked up a book and you couldn't get into it? You just couldn't get into it. Everybody said, oh, it's a great book, awesome book. And you start reading and just, no, not so much. And then you pick up this other book and say, oh, I'm in it. It's because everybody writes differently. Everybody writes differently. And depending on how they write and what you receive in, you may like a book that another person doesn't, or somebody else may tell you the book is great and you couldn't get into it. So as a reader, you try to get books that you can get into and it inspires you, encourages you. It's just a great story. So let's flip that as an author. If you don't have great sales from a certain group that you think should be buying your book, it may be because you write differently than that group accepts. However, that doesn't mean there's another group that wouldn't love what you say. So if you're talking about relationships, you may speak of it in a different way, in a different perspective. And there's a group that will love your perspective versus some of the things that are out there. So don't let that hinder you. They say, you might be oversaturated energy in the industry. Okay, whatever. The point is, if you're trying to touch people, the right people will get your product. That's what it is. If it's meant for them to get your product, if it's supposed to affect them, change their life, make a difference in their life or whatever, they will get your product. So don't focus on it's saturated and I'm not gonna make a lot of sales. If you feed that negative energy going in, you're gonna get that negative result. So anyway, focus on it, be forward. And remember, like I said, you are weird, so be the weird you. Check out the book. God bless you.